WholeCEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in weight loss, mindset, and business. Learn our top tips to set you up for success so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, and feel unstoppable. Hey guys, I'm here with Dr. Lisa Young today. I'm so excited to have you here, Lisa. Dr. Lisa Young is an internationally recognized nutritionist, portion size expert, adjunct professor at NYU, and the author of Finally Full, Finally Slim, 30 Days to Permanent Weight Loss, One Portion at a Time. She's been counseling clients for more than 20 years. Hey, Lise.
Hey, Lise. It's great to be here.
Oh, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you because I wanted to talk a little bit about self-sabotage and why every year we all decide we want to lose weight and get in shape, and then 6 weeks later it falls apart. Do you have any solutions to that?
Yeah, I do. First of all, people often want to be a weight. If you're 50 years old, you can't weigh what you weighed when you were 17. If you're 30 years old, you still can't weigh what you're 17, what you weighed when you're 17. So people often want to be a weight that is not attainable, and they compare themselves to others, and they do these crazy rigid diets that really aren't designed for them. So what I tell people to do is don't go on a rigid diet, create a lifestyle program that only you can live with. It's not what's going to be good for somebody else, but it will work for you. Watch portions, eat what you like. And yes, you could go out to dinner and you could indulge in your favorite indulgences once in a while without beating yourself up.
I love it. Well, because I know so many times we want something and that's our goal, yet our behavior is working against our goal. So being a perfectionist about comparing yourself to others and trying to be perfect, is that one of the problems that puts us in this complete spinning cycle of self-sabotage?
I think that's one of the big problems. And I think the other problem is that we're not lab rats. So we say, I'm never having ice cream again, or I'm never going to have sugar, or I'm only allowed to eat this, or if I have gluten, I'm a failure, or whatever they say. And the black and white thinking sets you up to fail. Because we're not rats, we're not lab rats, we're not experiments, we're people. So yeah, you want to eat well most of the time. And in my book, Finally Full, Finally Slim, I have a chapter called the 80-20 rule. Be good 80% of the time, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, do clean eating. 20% allow yourself a little splurge, and I promise you, you will lose weight and be happy at the same time.
I love it. That's so awesome to have a realistic plan so that you don't feel like, oh, okay, well, someone's stressing me out. I'm going to have the cookie. And then, well, I had the cookie. I might as well eat the whole bag and then just start going down that rabbit hole. So allow yourself 20% of the time to have some special treats.
Yes, but in terms of the cookies, don't just eat garbage cookies. Only eat cookies that you like. And if cookies is a weakness for you, I would say don't bring them into the house. But when you're at your favorite cafe or you pass a cafe that you like, buy a home, freshly made cookie in the flavor you like, eat it, and don't feel guilty. Indulge in it and enjoy it. And then you're not craving what you can't have.
I love it. That's such great advice. And guilt is such a waste of time because I think people are still in that all or nothing black and white mentality that you mentioned. And what other solutions do you have for us to just get out of our own way and stop the self-sabotage if your goal is to lose weight?
I think you want to, first of all, exercise. Two, I don't think you want to discuss your dieting plans with everyone around you, especially your overweight friends, because they will sabotage. They may sabotage because they themselves can't do it. They may be supportive, but they may not be. So this is something that you're doing with yourself, where it's great to enlist a buddy is say, hey, do you want to take a walk on the beach? Or do you want to just take a walk around in the park? Or do you want to go to the gym? That's what's great. Or do you want to grab a healthy lunch? But I think going through every little thing also can create others to sabotage you and then you to self-sabotage yourself.
I love it. And I know you speak a lot about portion control. And I know our typical American portions have just seemed to be a little spinning out of control. So, how do you address that when you're having your clients, like, let's say they have to go to a meeting or they have to go to a business dinner or a fun dinner? How do you have them address the typical portion compared to a healthy portion?
Well, I think first of all, when it comes to portion control, you always want to know what you can supersize, what you can eat more of, and what you can downsize. You don't have to eat less of everything. So I think when you focus on eating more fruits and veggies and allowing yourself, like at the dinner or at the meeting, to fill up half your plate for sure with veggies. And then when it comes to the bread, skip the bread basket, the white flour, the pasta bowls, you can eat half. So very often when we go out to a restaurant, the portions are too big. They're not designed for you. They're designed, to sell more food. So you don't have to feel compelled to finish it. But always start with a salad, a healthy vegetable soup, something that's going to satisfy you and keep you feeling full at the same time.
I love it. And I just think our country, it seems like we all have a messed up relationship with food because we all want to look healthy and be fit. We don't want to do the work to get there. So, how do you help address that very important relationship with food?
Well, you have to do the work. That's the thing. You mentioned I don't want to do the work, but the work doesn't have to be that hard. You want to tune in and say, what do I like to eat? What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? And the biggest issue is you are so strict and you say, I'm going to eat 1,000 calories. I'm going to count every calorie I eat, or I'm not eating any bread, or I'm going on keto, or I'm cutting all sugar. And we speak in black and whites and we speak in absolutes. And I think that often sets up the failure.
So, by not being too black and white, we can heal our relationship with food, or is it coming from like deep set, like emotional behavior from when we were younger, oftentimes? Like, how do you address the relationship with
I
food?
think I think it's a combination, but I don't think that that it's of any value, to yourself to sit there and talk about what I did when I was 12. I think you wanna, if you have that emotional relationship with food, it's great to work on with therapy and to journal and to become aware. But at the same time, you also want to take action-oriented steps and put one foot in front of the other to be able to set yourself up to make a change and to make even a small change.
And I guess the last question I have for you is we all get triggered and something happens, and some of us emotional eaters maybe want to reach for food. What do you suggest people do when they get upset and they reach for food, even though they're not really hungry for food?
Don't berate yourself. Here's where it starts. If you ate something, there's no point in saying, oh, I'm a failure. Why did I eat this? You already ate it. End it, start fresh tomorrow. And whatever you ate, you ate. And don't be so hard on yourself.
That is amazing advice. Is there anything else you want our listeners to know about
Just the
your
food,
work?
food should be healthy and just enjoy yourself.
And where can
Enjoy
people
yourself.
find yours?
Is that my barking dog?
I love it. Where can people find you and your dog?
Me and my dog. Let me get my dog since he's barking. Let me go get him. Wait.
Bring him to the party.
Kenny, you're going to meet Lisa. We are talking fitness and we are talking health. And get a dog and take your dog for a walk. My website is drlisayoung.com and my book is Finally Full, Finally Slim, and it just came out in softcover. And I take my dog on a few walks a day.
I love it. Thanks, Lisa. You're awesome, Dr. Lisa Young.
Great. My pleasure.
This episode is brought to you by Good Pod. Protein shakes are messy, expensive, and hard to make. Good Pod is a new amazing shake maker that's a blender and a pod in one. Take a pod, fill your glass with water or milk in 60 seconds or less. You have a healthy protein shake and it's ready to drink. Just like that.